Word to the culture, your boy Partee, the kid L James. We in the building. All right, we haven't heard about Tekashi 6ix9ine in a few months now, since probably around March or April. I mean, for about a year and a half, he was he was the 24/7 news cycle as far as hip hop went for a minute there. If things went down, everybody got caught up with all the, his gang and himself and everything that was going on with them, all the stuff they was doing. And now he's been pointing people out. He's been snitching on everybody. And now he just went back to court earlier this week and he's dropping names. I mean, there's audio of it, or there's actually video, or I think it's audio of the, of some of the court proceedings. And he's dropping names left and right during his testimony. And today we want to talk about snitching. And I guess the difference of the culture of just snitching in general. And it almost seems like it's accepted now, right? Like it don't mean much. It don't really mean nothing to just run around, you do something with somebody and then y'all get caught. It's like, oh yeah, old boy was with me. He was there too. It was his idea actually. And then, nothing, and people just move on with their everyday life and, nothing's wrong with that now. When I say snitching, I'm not just talking about telling on people now. I'm talking about if you out here, I'm talking about real snitching. If you out in the streets living that life, you all right over there?
Yeah.
Oh, are you outside? I hear like hella movement.
Nah, I just walked to the door, make sure it's closed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm just talking about, if you out here living that life and you out here doing stuff and y'all get caught and then you just start, singing like Tekashi's doing. I mean, there used to be a type of etiquette and you just didn't do that. Back in the 90s, folks couldn't get away with that. Just rattling off names. You couldn't get, and even going back way before that, you couldn't get away with that. But now it seems like there's a new culture when it comes to just like, I guess, street activities, and people are, I guess, okay with people telling on each other. I don't understand it. Maybe we just didn't come up in this era like that. I don't understand it.
All right. So let's just make sure. I want to make sure we're on the same page. So your definition of snitching is if you and somebody, one of your boys, do some stuff and you get caught and you drop your name, right? Does it extend to anything else?
I mean, it can extend to a lot of things, but I'm talking more so in the aspect of this, like if you live in the street, like if you out here now, now if you just a regular civilian and somebody rob you, call the cops. That's not to me. That's not really snitching. No, that's not snitching because you're not out here living that life. Okay, I'm talking about if you out here living that life and you out here doing, even if you only did it once or twice, if you did something and y'all get caught and you start singing. You start naming names, pointing fingers, that's snitching. I'm not talking about if, you just out, you're at the store, you walk out, somebody put the gun to you, but you know who it is, you call the cops. No, I'm not talking about that. Now, if that stemmed from something else, if that stemmed from something you did wrong, then okay, you probably snitching. But I'm just talking about if you just a regular person living your everyday life and somebody does you wrong, you call the cops. All day, call the cops. You can do that.
Definitely.
You can do that all day.
I think people confuse you too because hip hop culture has turned to like keeping it real means criminal now.
Oh yeah. It's been like that for a minute. It's been like that for a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of what people take it as. So it's like, if I'm an everyday regular Joe and somebody rob me and I tell the cops I'm snitching, nah, that's not snitching. That's I ain't part of that life.
Exactly.
Don't target me.
Yeah.
I don't have the means, nor do I want to take these penitentiary chances to get my stuff back.
Exactly.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
Now, Tekashi's case is interesting. Like, I don't know.
What?
You can easily just say it's straight snitching, but at the same time, I will say this. If you in a gang or you and your group of boys, y'all do dirt, it's best not to fuck them when they're in position where they can snitch on you.
Oh, well, I mean, it goes without saying.
Well, but I'm saying, though, like, allegedly they smashed his chick or his manager smashed his chick and they stole, like, over $2 million from him.
Yeah.
Without him knowing. So, I'm saying, so it's kind of like you become a sucker if you don't say something and just go to jail for 30-something years for dudes who played you like this. or you snitch and live your best life when you get out in shorter time. So I'm saying, like, most of them, I'm like, clearly, like, yeah, you ain't never snitched. I'm saying, this one, they kind of played themselves on this one a little bit, because I don't know if he would have snitched regardless, but it increased his chances of snitching, knowing that, you just robbed me for $2.5 million or something like that from not getting my money from my shows, and you might smash my chick. Like, that might have helped with my decision to not be loyal to the crew no more.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, no. I definitely get that.
Now, I say, but just on the basis of snitching, yeah, I mean, like, we all, well, I say all, but me and you've been in some situations where, luckily, no one snitched. We might be in different lives right now. But and we all had a worry that somebody might have snitched. So my whole thing is, if you decide you want to get down and do some dirt, you can't be you got to just take your punishment. I mean, it is what it is at that point. You get caught, nigga, you got caught. You kind of eat that one.
Yeah.
And that's just how I always felt like growing up. Like, if I did dirt, I mean, I'm not gonna just flip on y'all. Especially the crazy thing to me is people flip on people. It's not like they got a whole lot less time.
Yeah.
Like, you went from 25 to life to 20 to life, but costing your two boys 20 years. Like, nigga, just take the 25.
Yeah. I mean, it also comes down to, everybody is just not built like that. Because, I mean, I probably, before Tekashi, became a rapper and got, was starting to get hot. I mean, he was not living, he wasn't a gang member. He wasn't living that life. So, I mean, it was only inevitable that if the shit really went down and it was, him facing serious prison time or, giving everybody up, I think most people would have said he probably was going to snitch. Because he wasn't brought up in that life. He wasn't, that was all. No, I'm not saying that. Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is, it's more likely that he's going to. I mean, yeah, you expect someone that's brought up into life to. Oh, there's a chance that he probably not gonna snitch. He might, but I don't think he is, and he still might do it. Yeah. What I'm saying is, he wasn't even brought up in that lifestyle. I mean, he wasn't nowhere close to that. This was just all to further his rap career, basically. I mean, so they both lived off of each other. The crew got their name out there. They got money. But this also helped him in his street cred, basically, within the hip hop.
Also, I think it's a character issue, a character thing. So just like, say, back in the olden days when some of them, like, say the army, right? Some of them are willing to die for their brothers, where some ain't. It's as simple as that. Like, nah, I'm trying to get out of here. So some people are just like, whether they street life or not, they're willing to face a punishment, especially if they feel it's something they did themselves, as opposed to sell everybody out. Because I say, even Barry Bonds, the dude at Balco, whatever, who just wouldn't testify.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, Bond probably took care of him after the fact, but you couldn't have said that for sure that he wouldn't have snitched. And, I mean, it'd be easier for him. I mean, he wouldn't have to go to jail.
Yeah, but he ended up going to prison.
Like a year.
Got a while.
Well, they found him in contempt and just kept him in prison while they tried to do the trial. And eventually, when the trial got dismissed, they let him out. But I mean, he still did probably like a year or some change something while they were waiting. So I'm saying, but he could have just had the character to be like, nah, I'm in it for myself and I don't care. Where he was just like, nah, I might have been a part of the situation. I know what I was doing. Bonds might hook me up after the fact. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I knew what I was doing, and I'm just not that type to do that.
Yeah. So
I think a lot of people who don't snitch, they just have that character in them not to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, we can all talk about this, but it's kind of hard to say like what you would really do if you was in the same situation, because dude was facing potentially a minimum of 47 years, potentially.
Oh, I tell you now. I'm now I'm snitching.
It's hard to say.
I ain't about that life no more.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling you, I ain't about that life no more. I'm snitching.
Now,
if I do something, I'll keep it to myself, but I don't plan on doing shit no more. I'm not about that life no more.
It's just, I mean, everybody talk about, oh yeah, snitch this, snitch that, and it's just, because I mean, like you said, I mean, you got like real bona fide gangsters that snitched on the whole crew, or not the whole crew, but they snitched on people in the crew before.
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah. So I mean, if somebody that was really out there, like a real ass gangster in the mob doing it, and they just basically sold out the crew to get some lenience, who's just, you can't just count out you can't count on nobody for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I say he
just
made it
can't.
bad on himself because like one of his mantras was always like test my gangster, like I'm about this, like test me.
It's being tested.
And so then nigga, government tested your gangster, nigga, your gangster come up short.
Yeah, but I mean, even when he was doing all that on his little campaign, everybody could see through it. Everybody knew that he was soft. Everybody knew that it was the gang behind him that had him pumped up like that. Okay, I mean, even not knowing him, you could look at people sometimes and tell like, man, he ain't about that. he ain't really about what he talking about. You can look at folks sometimes. You knew that. You just had a feeling about him. But like, dude, it's the dudes behind him. Once they gone, he ain't gonna be talking none of this stuff. Okay, now he ratting on everybody.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. It's I think the biggest difference between today and back in our day per se, nigga, people dry snitch on themselves so much.
Well, social media.
or even on other people, but they'll like people when they world star you, nigga, you are snitching. You recording a criminal act and putting it on the internet. You are therefore snitching. But no one views it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the cops are taking these videos as evidence. Even the people that killed XXXTentacion.
Yeah.
Dry snitched on themselves to get caught. They posted that they did this stuff and they got his bag and this and that. Like they did to themselves. Like I remember they had I heard a story about this dude who had robbed a bank, and they had no idea who he was until he got on his Instagram or Twitter or something, or maybe Facebook. I don't know what it was.
Social media.
But he started flashing the money around, making it rain in the house. Like, yeah, I got all this money. I just robbed. Whoop. Next thing you know, cops at the door. Thinks the bills line up. You going down for bank robbery. Yep. I'm like, oh my God. Like, people are more interested in, say, clout and getting these likes and these views than actually, like, getting the money which you went there for, you know?
Yeah. Well, did you? I went to remember Laura Jane?
Yeah.
She had a birthday party or something one time down in Alameda. Did you go to it with me? Was that you that was with me?
I don't know, man.
And I almost got into it with one of her people. No, I guess you would. I guess you wasn't there because I know.
You gotta keep describing it, man. You almost get into a fight ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing that's very uncommon.
Nah,
I don't more details.
I don't think you were because it was Khalid and it was somebody else with me. I don't remember who the other person was. Like, but I said,
my brother, I need more Blues Clues for this one.
Yeah, I don't think it was you. But anyway, so it was me, Khalid, and it was like one other person with us. I can't remember who it was. We was down there and like it was like hella hurt people there, and so we like outside talking and like me and some little dude, like he was a little homie. Some little skinny dude. We ended up kind of like, I think it was like we were talking about football or something. Okay, and you know how these folks be out here want to fight over teams. Like I'll never fight anybody because they talk about my team. I don't care that much. But now if you get in my face just talking that shit, then we can do what it do. I'm not not worried about that. But it's not gonna just be over the team. If you just start disrespecting me foul.
You're not gonna fight them over the team, but you're gonna fight them for disrespect that they're giving you.
Yeah, exactly. Like you getting a little too, you getting a little too intense with it. Just relax. So me and dude start getting into it, and he tried to like get up in my face. So of course I'm not backing down, but like we hella outnumbered though. Like it's like at least. I mean, they got a whole, like, it's all Lord Jane people. So, they all, it's a bunch of them and just like maybe 3 people with, 2-3 people with me. So, but it was only a couple of us outside. So it was like, I'm outside. I might have been out there by myself. So one of the.
You was out there with Hook, still by yourself.
Right. One of the dudes, I'll leave Hook alone. One of the dudes. So like the dude I was like getting into it with, his partner kind of like started like trying to circle around me like they was gonna try to jump me. So I seen him the whole time. I kind of like turned my body to where I could like face both of them. Then like behind dude that I'm like getting into the argument with, his girl put out her phone, and I was like, oh, so what? you about to put your boyfriend on World Star getting his ass whooped, huh? So we like going at it. Cause dude was like really like going far. Like he really wanted some of the business. So, but then like somebody went in and got Laura Jane and she came out there and kind of broke it up. And like, we just kind of bounced after that. Cause I didn't trust them motherfuckers. It was hell of them and like only 3 of us. So I was like, let me get the fuck up out of here. But I
can definitely say I wasn't there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you was there because you'll probably remember that shit. I don't think you was there.
Well, not only that, I wouldn't have been inside the house by myself.
No, it was like we was like at a club. It was at a club. It wasn't at the house. It was at a club. It was at a club or something.
Well, even
at Alameda.
I tend to stick around people I know. So if you was outside, get into it, I probably would have been somewhere close enough.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. No, I feel you. I mean, Khalil's probably out there, but you know, he's probably sitting off to the side on his phone or something like that. I don't know. But
I was watching you like, ooh, Party about to get whooped. I'm gonna take this evidence and have it ready for the homies when they ask for the party.
Stupid. But I mean, I just bring that up to say like, and cause this is probably back in like 2011 or 12 or something like that. So this was like, you know, when World Star Hip Hop was really hot and you was always seeing people on there getting whooped out or just doing some wild stuff. So that's the only reason I brought that up. But I was just like, dude, you trying to be on World Star, huh? In front of your girl getting whooped out, huh? But you know, it didn't come to that because you know I don't know if somebody went in and got her, but I just remember her coming out there and like she kind of broke it up, got in the middle of us. What?
Should have just World Star one time. They should have just World Star and been famous.
Been famous.
Took the glasses off, put them to the side, had them the hook. Like, watch this.
Nah, man, it would have been good because dude, we was hella outnumbered. Like,
I'm talking about the first two that was outside. I mean, you could have probably won. He quit the first guy if you lived.
Yeah, I mean, if I could have had it like planned out, I would have had I would have had to just mush face him and then you know ran to the car and we'd been out.
Yes, I've never been on the receiving end of a party punch, but from what I heard, it might hurt a little bit, especially if you ran the brass knuckles out.
I would have had to mash out. And
you have the brass knuckles.
Matter of fact,
aka the paperweight.
And matter of fact, like this chick I was like messing with at the time, she was with me too. So yeah, it was like maybe just 3 or 4 people with me. You know, a couple dudes and like just one chick.
Did you have the brass knuckles, aka the paperweights?
No idea what you're talking about.
I mean, the statute of limitations is passed on these.
You don't know.
If you had that, you definitely could have won with the first dude.
Hey, I plead.
And then it becomes.
I plead the fifth.
Can you took on the last dude?
I'd like to plead the fifth.
You can plead what you want.
I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm gonna do like everybody else do in court. I'm gonna plead the fifth. When
I'm dry snitching on you right now.
That's what I'm doing. You said what?
So I'm dry snitching on you right now.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And and this is what we're talking about. You seem to have no issue with that. That's exactly what we're talking about. You have no issue with that either.
Statute of limitations is up on these offenses, so I have no problem.
Oh, so it don't.
You know, if I'm
it don't count.
If I'm in the middle. If it could affect you, I wouldn't bring it up. But statute of limitations is well beyond it.
Wait, so it's all fair game.
Yeah, I mean, it's talking about the history. But yeah, I say people. Like snitching is like people tend to make more fun of it, but everybody does it. So even when people try to like make fun of you, it's like, nigga, you do it too. Like fuck.
What you mean make fun of it?
Like, people was going in on Tekashi 6ix9ine right now.
Oh well, yeah. Well, they've been going in on him. People been going in on him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, but no one went on Nicki, and Nicki was dry snitch like a motherfucker on Cardi B.
You talk about Nicki Minaj? Yeah.
Like she brought the girl who allegedly Cardi got beat up at the strip club.
Yeah, that's right.
On her show, it was basically like, yeah, this is who, and just put that out there, and actually had Cardi facing charges, or like the cops interviewed her about it.
Yeah,
but no one really wanted to acknowledge it. That's snitching like a motherfucker.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. And speaking of that, that was I believe. He didn't drop her name, but her name was brought up in his testimony. I'm talking about Tekashi. And they basically asked him, do you know Cardi B? Do you know of Cardi B? He answers yes, of course. And they asked if he knew that she was a Blood Gang member. Now, not a member of the Trey 9 or whatever sect of the Bloods he's a member of, but he did mention that she is.
I heard it, and I read the transcripts also. Yeah. I read the transcripts first, then I heard it. that one was overblown. Now the Jim Jones one, that's the one.
Yeah.
People want to say you snitching.
Yeah.
However,
but
Jim Jones did tell people to violate him. So nigga, if you can violate him, I'm snitching on you too.
Well, I mean,
But the Cardi B one was more so like, have you heard of Cardi B?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you try to follow her
Blueprint,
like what she did to get popular?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I didn't know her like that. I didn't pay attention to her like that.
Yeah.
That's what they tried to be like, well, maybe you tried to be a gang member and claim that like Cardi did to get clout and popularity and shit.
Exactly.
Like, nah, I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, but with Jim Jones, I mean, Jim Jones is on the phone talking about it, about some shit. That's the foul part.
Yeah, they talking about. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, if